Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to walk you guys through my curly hair journey because my curly hair has not always looked like this. It has definitely had its share of heat damage and color damage and just kind of funky curl patterns while it was trying to transition. So I really just wanted to create this video kind of like as an encouragement if you're currently transitioning or having trouble making it through your curly hair journey, because it definitely was a long process and I had my fair share of times where I was just like, you know, forget this, give me my straightener back, I don't want to do this anymore. But I'm super glad that I stuck with it and kind of, you know, just came out with these results that I'm happy with. So I'm gonna walk you through the beginning of my journey, the techniques and routines that I had back then, what I changed, what helped me, what I would do differently, and include some pictures so you can see my process along the way. So before we jump into that, if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below if you're interested in seeing, you know, curly hair tutorials, also just like lifestyle vlogs, anything like that, but would love to have you join along. So let's get started. Okay, so I started my curly hair journey in around 2015, and I'm sorry if it changes up from 2014 to 2015. I don't really remember exactly when I transitioned, but it's because it wasn't like a certain day where I was like, okay, I'm transitioning to curly hair, that's it, not straightening my hair ever again. It was like a really slow transition. So I still straightened my hair, and I would wear my hair curly like 1 or 2 days out of the week. And I was like, oh, this is cool, I have curly hair. Didn't really know that. Knew I had wavy, poofy hair, but never saw it styled naturally before. So I guess like one day I was in my mom's salon when she was like closing up at the end of the day, and I saw this product, and I think that was like the first product that I saw that said like something curl in the title. So it was the Kenra Glaze Mousse, I think that's what it was. I don't even know what ingredients are in that, but I did use that like for a year straight, and that was the only product I used, and it was okay. Like as far as holding my curls, it was more like damaged waves, but it gave me some kind of shape and hold, so I really liked it. I stuck with it. It was really pricey though at the time because I was in college, and I think it was like 20 bucks at the time for like a little bottle. But I used that and I thought it was okay, but I never thought to explore other products. I have no idea why I didn't go look at the go look at Ulta or something and go try to find curly hair products. This was prior to me finding curly hair YouTube channels. I didn't follow any like curly hair influencers on Instagram at the time. It was just like randomly one day I was like, okay, I'll try this. But like I said, I would still straighten my hair a lot or curl it for events. I was involved in a lot of stuff in college, so I was always going to events, and always just felt like, okay, I can't wear it curly because it's frizzy, it doesn't look nice. So that's when I would go back and straighten it or curl it with a curling iron. So I think maybe a year later, we'll go back to my styling routine at the time. I would just rake it through, scrunch it on really damp hair, not super wet. So it would look dry sometimes, and I know looking back it's because I didn't add enough water. So that's one thing that I would change differently if I were to go back to that first year routine. I didn't brush it through or anything. I just like raked it through and scrunched, which works on some people. I figured out that using some kind of brush to help define my curls works better on me now, but that's pretty much all I did. Did I diffuse? I don't remember 100% if I diffused. I might have just let it air dry at the time. Yeah, don't remember that, so sorry. But fast forward to maybe a year later, I think someone had the Cantu curl enhancer, something like that. I don't know why I'm going blank on the name right now, but they had that and I used it and I was like, ooh, this works a lot better than the mousse glaze, whatever I was using. It worked better as far as like making my curls feel soft, but it didn't give me hold. So at the time, I don't know why I was only using one product. I thought, you know, you just need one product. I didn't really use any products prior to that. So if I would have known back then, I definitely would have used the cream paired with the gel. And so I would just use that on and off, and I would still straighten it so it looks like it does here. And then I would have it really blonde, so I had a lot more highlights than this. This is more like a brown color with a few highlights, but I was blonde, y'all. Like, and I could see the heat damage and color damage really bad when I would wear it curly, but it looked really good when it was straight. I love the color. I do sometimes miss being blonde, but the upkeep is crazy. But yeah, so I would transition from that. I think I officially stopped straightening my hair like a year and a half ago. So I just recently straightened it, but before that it was a long time coming. And then I started getting into different products. So when I really started taking my curly hair seriously, this is when I invested in Diva Curl. If you're new to the curly girl world, ooh, why can't I say that? If you're new to the curly girl world, then you might not know about the drama behind Diva Curl, but a lot of drama there. Maybe I'll cover the full thing on another video. But so I used Diva Curl. I used the low poo, but not a ton. And then I really liked the super cream and the ultra defining gel. And so those were like my holy grails. It was when I was finally getting my curls to look good. I loved the way they looked. It felt like these products were made for my hair. And of course, kind of rewind there, I was trimming my hair every, like, I'd say 4 to 6 weeks, just trying to like gradually cut it. So I never did a big chop where I chopped off the heat damage. I just kind of like started going shorter and shorter until I felt like the damage was gone. But it didn't really help because I was still coloring my hair a lot. So it was like better than what it was, but it was still like, there was still damage on my hair. But anyways, I cut up slowly, started using Diva Curl, loved my results, but I did always mention that the gel dried out my hair if I used it too much, so I would have to give it a break. And then like fast forward a couple years later, there were, you know, a lot of curly girls saying that Diva Curl really damaged their hair and their hair was falling out, or their curl pattern was not the same. So even though I did not have the same results, like as far as negative impact on my hair, I was pretty afraid, didn't want that to happen to my hair, so I threw it away. And looking back on it now, I guess I could see some worry whenever the gel would dry out my hair, and so I'd always have to do like a deep conditioning treatment. And anyways, we're not using Diva Curl anymore. If you use it, that's totally fine. If you don't use it, I understand, because I don't either. So I started figuring out different products and what worked for me. I found out that heavier like butters or custards didn't work for my hair, and so that's when I started getting into that period of time where I figured out what my hair liked. And so I would say this was around late 2018, and that's when I started my curly hair Instagram, just kind of playing around with stuff that worked for me and different styling techniques. And so I think that around 2018 is one when I found just like a variety of hair products that worked for me, and two, the Denman brush, which I didn't like at first. I mentioned that a ton of times. I did not like the Denman brush the first few months when I used it. I think I brought it back out again and like combed my hair a different way with it, and then loved it. It's like my go-to. But yeah, after that, it's when I started using Shea Moisture, Not Your Mother's, the Curl Talk line, which is amazing. It's one of my favorites. And then I started dipping into like Curls is another brand that I really like. Dad was kind of like what so Diva Curl was expensive. I gave that up, started using mainly drugstore brands, and then Dad is more of like a salon style, higher end product. So I didn't really have a set diffusing routine until probably about 8 months ago. So prior to that, I was just kind of all over the place with diffusing. Some days I would do straight hot air, some days I would only try cold air. I would try to like judge my roots with the diffuser, and it was always so hit or miss. I could never like land down a good routine until I discovered hover diffusing, which is just like only diffusing the outside, not touching it until it's mostly dry, which is what I do now. But you know, prior to, like I said, about 8 months ago, I would sometimes diffuse, sometimes air dry, scrunch it out while I was diffusing, and I could never figure out exactly why my hair wouldn't come out the same or why it would look bad when I would diffuse. So yeah, my diffusing routine was crazy, and I'm finally glad that I found something that works for me. But throughout all of those pictures that I showed you, I could never get my hair to look exactly the same, which I can say that now, like curly hair never comes out the same, but I can get an idea of how it's gonna come out, like what a good hair day looks like. But back then it was like Russian roulette, because I just really never knew if it was gonna come out good or if I was gonna have to throw it in a bun. But like I said, I didn't have a strict routine. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place with the timeline, but that's like an accurate portrayal of how I was dealing with my curly hair. I didn't have like, okay, this month I'm gonna try this product, next month I'm gonna try this product. It was like all over the place, all jumbled. I wish I would have nailed down a diffusing routine way earlier, which I didn't know the right way to diffuse back then. And I guess I would have, honestly, really truly, looking back at all these pictures and deciding which ones I was going to enter into this video, I would have cut off a lot of length a long time ago. I thought that it looked okay back then, but looking back on it now, I was really just trying to hold on to length because I love my long hair. But I'm seeing how dead those ends look. I'm sorry if the light's changing here, it's the sun, can't really control it. But anyways, I would have cut off my hair a lot sooner. I would have just let go 6 inches and wait for it to grow back healthy, because it kind of looks silly in some of the pictures that I did not choose to put in this video. But I was fine with it. I was just happy that it was curling. So back then I was super happy. I thought I had bomb results, which was good, because honestly if I thought like that it looked awful, I wouldn't have kept wearing it curly. So I'm kind of glad I tricked myself. So just kind of like push through those awkward phases, let go of your ends. So that heat damage, there's really truly not a great way to repair them. If it's from heat damage or chemical damage, they're done. Cut them off, just wait for your hair to grow back. Take some hair, skin, and nail vitamins to help with hair growth, but it's not really gonna help to hang on to those dead ends. So that's when I started to notice that it was getting a lot better, when I started letting go of the length, and I was just like, Mom, just cut it off. I just want it to look healthy, I want it to look good. I didn't care as much about keeping my length. But of course you can do like what I did and cut away gradually, because that is what I did. But I'm just saying, like, hindsight, me looking back now, I would have just got rid of it, because I guess like length isn't as important to me now as it was back then. So I would find 2 to 3 products that your hair likes, stick with it, try to mix those, find different product combos, whether you're going for volume or definition. I'll leave a list of some of my favorite products and which products I wish I would have used starting out on my curly journey. I'll leave those linked for you guys down below. But if you have any questions at all, like always, leave me a comment down below. If you want me to go over something in more detail, happy to. Follow me on Instagram, because I have a lot more tips there. I do Q&As. I'm gonna start doing Q&As every single Sunday, because I feel like I just like that it's a little bit more interactive. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.